I haven't done a hair tutorial in a while, so I thought I would show you how to style highly processed damaged hair, which is what I have right now. And I'm going to have it for probably 6 months, which is fine because we're on lockdown, and if you're gonna change your hair color and thrash it, now is the time to do it. And that's why I did it. I'm going for this look that I've shown too many hairdressers and they haven't been able to do it for me, so I'm doing it myself. This look. See how the roots are dark, and she's got a little bit of dark in the bottom too, but it's really, really light in the front and on the sides. See, it's got some dark in it, but it's still really light on the bottom and in the front. So if your hair is thrashed and you don't know how to style it or what to put in it, this video is for you. Just slept on it overnight. And then I put Olaplex number 6 in it. It's the Bond Smoother, and Olaplex number 7, which is the bonding oil. And Olaplex products are supposed to take the bonds that have been all fried and broken and smooth them down, hence making your hair healthier and shinier. I use Kenra Shine Spray, and it just gives the hair such a great shine. Even this dried up hair can get a little bit of shine going. And it protects the hair. When your hair is damaged, you don't want to use like a rough brush to rip through your hair. You want to use a softer brush, something with a lot of bristles, and just start at the bottom and just handle your hair really gently. Start with my crumping iron. This is by TG Bedhead. It's a little tiny crumping iron. This is gonna thicken my hair and make it look a lot bigger. So I just take little sections like this and I clamp right at the root, and then I go down maybe 2 more times. And then I'm gonna clip that up and then do 2 more sections here, I think. Again, right at the root. And then I'm gonna go here and 1 more time. The difference between this side and this side, so much thicker. Okay, now I'm gonna put this on, this loose setting powder. It's got a really funky applicator. See how it's like a powder? And look what it does. Is that insane? Look at how thick. Look at that side and look at this side. Such a different, and it gives it grip. So when you grab it and pull, it's gonna stay where you put it. This is just gonna go straight back down. And look just how much thicker it looks. Setting powder in here. And voila. Look how big. Isn't that insane? Love this stuff. Love it. And I will straighten the ends. They're already a little bit straight, but I think they could get straighter. And for this, I used a little comb like this just to really smooth them out. And just the last 3 inches, you want to straighten. Straightening the ends just gives you a more updated look. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple curls in here. And I have my little 1-inch Hot Tools iron. And I'll just start like right above that where I straightened, and just put a little loose curl in there. This Sebastian Shaper head spray. Yes, I did break a lot of hair off, but I'm trying to just be grateful for the hair that stayed and just treat it very nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray this. So now I'll take this down and we'll do another layer. I always like to clip it off. Just makes it more manageable for me. I'm going to gently brush it with a soft brush. And then I'm going to crump it. I'm going to go right to the root. And go down 3 times. Loose setting powder by Kristen S. To poof it up and give it grip. Straighten the ends. And then I will put a couple curls in here. You notice I don't leave the irons in my hair for very long because it's so damaged. Just try to keep as little heat on there as possible. And I'm not brushing out this part that has the crimping and the setting powder in there. I'm just brushing the bottom to straighten it. I am just going to take my straightener on that really low heat and pull it forward just to get all those kinks out. And then after I take the top part down, I'll curl these pieces. I just want to get the kinks out of this part right here, the very front part. And now for the top. I won't be using this on the top because I don't want to see it. I have a lovely cowlick right here on the back of my head. So I'm going to use this straightener to try to smooth it out. And then I'll use the iron to just curl it back. The ends. Is that better? Can you see better? Now I will take down this layer. What to do with this layer? Well, I'm not going to crimp it because I think it'll show through. But I will go ahead and straighten the ends and then curl it back. I always curl away from my face. This part I will straighten, pull it forward just to get all those kinks out. And I always hold it till it dries because if you let it go, it could curl right back up. Get my part back. I'm gonna try to straighten this piece at the root because it was very bendy at the root from sleeping on it. I'll hold it until it cools off, or you can always put this on cold. Because those have a tendency to go back curly at my root. All my broken off bits. So awful. Just trying to be grateful for the pieces that didn't break. Right? That's what we're doing here. I have this little Kristen S straightener that I love, but it only has one temperature, really high. So I turn it on and I have to turn it off. It's a nightmare. And I'll try to straighten this bit right here. You have to do really little sections if you want to get that bump out. And you have to hold it down until it cools. Because if it's still warm, it'll just bend right back where it was. Typically, I take this part and then straighten it all this way, but since I have so many broken off pieces, they'll stick out that way, so I can't do that. It's a whole nother ball game when you have broken off hair. But we all go through it, so I thought I'd show you how I handle it. Maybe you learn some little tips from me. And I'm just putting the iron on the root right there, not on the whole piece of hair. And I'll do the same with this side. Put a curl right here. Spray. Straighten this end and put a curl right here. And these front pieces, I bring them up towards my face and then I curl. And then I pull the iron down, and that way, I'll show you on this side, it'll be easier to see. Now let me deal with these kinky bits at the root, like I did on the other side. All this bendy stuff here. Literally, you turn this on for 2 seconds and it just gets so hot. And you have to turn it right back on. So I'll pull this forward till it cools down. Seems weird to straighten it before I curl it, but the curl's in the wrong place. Like you saw on this side. One more little tiny section. Right at the root. Pull down forward. I'll hold it down here till it cools. So sad, so broken off. But hey, it's the color I want, so now one more curl here, or one more straightener here, just to get this part straight. And again, I'm going to clamp it and then pull it forward and then hold it down until it cools. Oh, and wouldn't say my part is exactly straight. As good as it's gonna get today. Still don't like this part, it's all bending. So now we will curl the front. So I will take this whole section, pull it forward, take my iron, clamp it right about there, and pull it all forward and then turn it and then let it go. And my iron was directly up and down, vertical, perpendicular to the part. And this next piece, when my hair is not broken off, I don't have to be this specific, but since it is, I have to work each little piece separately. So I'll take my iron, clamp it, pull it all the way towards my nose if I can, but I still want to leave out a good 1.5 inches, and then straighten it down. I'll spray those two. This will separate into 2 pieces. Clamp it, bring it all the way in front of my nose if I can, and go straight down. Okay. Clamp it and then bring it down in front of my nose and then turn it. Go straight down. Spraying. Put a little hairspray on my hand for these pieces that just want to stick straight up. And off to this side. Separate it. Clamp it, bring it forward, straight up and down, and then take it down. And now for the curling iron, bring it all the way forward, give it a bend, and then straight down. And this I will divide into 2 pieces. Clamp it, bring it forward, straight down. Clamp it, bring it forward. Don't burn your nose, I've done that. Straight down. And I will spray it. And now I will just pick it out a little bit. Give it a little spray. So much thicker and fuller than it was. And I'll do the same over here. I still have flyaways sticking up from all the breakage, but it looks a lot better than it did when I started, right? Just kind of like a loose beach wave. Hopefully that helped you deal with your overprocessed, bleached, dry hair. Thanks so much for watching.